Hey, and welcome to this week's Wax Pack Dad New Year's Eve edition. Woo! Lots of countdowns today, but this is, if you're not going to miss one countdown of the year, this is the countdown that you don't miss. I think that's right. Top 20 cards pulled this year, and it has been an incredible year. I'll link the top 10 last year. I think half of those would be near 20 from this year. So it's been a great year. We talk about goals. I'll keep it quick. Like Conan the Barbarian, he most eloquently put it, and I'm just going to use his goals: to crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. So if I could do that, or at least one out of the three, we'd be cooking. A real goal, because I did reach some of my goals last year of 1,000 subscribers and being monetized. And thank you. Still waiting for that Learjet with Ric Flair pulling up, with the big bucks that I'm making. But seriously, I'm really excited about next year. There's a few things that I'd like to do to improve the show, continue things, with my technical expertise. This is kind of the Dollar General of sports rips. So maybe we could get it to like the Five Below of sports rips here. I'm going to start out with some honorable mentions. Everything that you see today was ripped in the last 12 months, which is really awesome. So nothing that I purchased. It was just right from Wax Pack. So it's been a great year. Thanks a lot. God bless, and enjoy the ride. Woo! You'll notice as we go through this that there's quite a few football cards in the top 10, but they're and a lot of the baseball cards actually are in the last group. But here are some of the honorable mentions: Robin Yount, a 77 cloth sticker, Iron Sheik, Barry Sanders, a Luke Robitaille rookie, but it's an all-star, but really good shape there. Ultimate Woya, and lost in the battle for number 20 is Cal Ripken Fleer. So really awesome. And you guys didn't make the cut, but certainly welcome in the PC. Number 20, we got a very mint Bret the Hitman Hart rookie card from 1987 Topps WWF. And it's funny because sometimes when there's only like one sale a year, it skews the numbers, where that sale was for $225, but PSA 9 is like 140. So that means to me, and that's a lot, there's a lot more sales in the 9s, that this is probably underpriced and is more like a $400 card in PSA 10. Just because I think there's 2 sales per month, averaging about 140. Generally, PSA could be up to 10 times, but I've seen this card go for $400 last year. But we're in new and crazy times. So number 19, we got a rookie card, a little off center, of the newest Hall of Famer, the Crime Dog, Fred McGriff. That card is going for $400 in PSA 10 and about $16 in PSA 8. We got a nice looking Doc Gooden card, about $380 in PSA 10, and the Gooden is going for about $13. So maybe there may be an argument that the McGriff might do a little bit better than number 18. Number 17, and I'll show you this one too. It's just unfortunate that it's off center. It would be a really, really cool card. But that card is, there isn't a sale on PSA 10, but the last PSA 9 went for $51. So you can kind of, if the law 10, 12 averages, maybe a $400 to $600 card in PSA 10, this is not even probably this is probably a 5. So raw ungraded, but it's still 2 Hall of Famers. Nolan Ryan, love it. And number, 15 would be this Doug Williams rookie card. You can see cut to the top, so top to bottom and left to right, really bad centering on it. first African American quarterback to win a Super Bowl with the Skins, yada, yada, yada. $1,600 in PSA 10. I believe in 8, it is looking like, and of course I'm cheating, a $40 card. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe the Gooden and McGriff need to be switched around a little bit, but I don't know what you guys are thinking. This is kind of a good list or not, but since this is going to be a live show, feel free to complain. I'll forward you to the complaint department. Okay, still in the top 10, 14 to 10. We are going to start it off with a 1977 Topps Cloth, Tom Seaver. That's actually a little bit of residue on there. PSA 10, $475. You can see it's off center. PSA 8, $25. Cool card, nevertheless. This one surprised me a little bit, the Eric Davis. PSA 10 has been trending over $1,000 while the Gooden is not. So I know in PSA 8 it's worth about what the Gooden is, but just for that value point of the Davis there. So we've got that. That is number 14. Number 13, you think it might be a little higher, so this is how good the year's been. 1983 Topps Joe Montana. Once again, horribly off center. The Montana is about $800 in PSA 10, and it is running about $30 in 8 conditions. Seems like a lot of them end up in that way because where, you get to that point where it's like, okay, better just keep it raw. So number 11, and this is a card that I will be getting graded, so this is the first out of these cards that I probably will grade, is the Jimbo Covert Hall of Fame rookie card. I just feel like this is a really, really nice card all the way around. Might not get a perfect 10, but maybe it gets a 9. So I did the values based on 10 and 9 because I'm hoping that if it doesn't come in at a 10, it would come in at a 9. So $500 for PSA 10, I know, for an offensive lineman, really. And about $35 for a PSA 9. You're like, why do you use the PSA scale? You don't even use PSA. I know, it's just kind of like Kleenex for tissues. And number 10, we got a really nice looking Terry Bradshaw, 1980 Topps. Looks pretty good both ways. And the Bradshaw is running about $800 in PSA 10 and running about $25 in 8. So none of these cards necessarily, other than the Covert, that I think that, even if it comes in at a 9, I could still get, certainly the value back for it. Plus, it's pretty cool for my rookie Hall of Fame collection. So, not sure what you think. Any of these guys should have been higher, lower. Feel free to discuss amongst yourself. And let's get to the top 10. So, top 10, we're going to start out with number 9. We got a really nice Troy Aikman here. I've been considering grading it. Not 100% sure. But looks really nice here. The Aikman in 10 condition, kind of like the Covert, about $500, and looking at about, I think 40 in PSA 9, so might be worth it. So that's number 9 here, Mr. Aikman. Number 8 is actually Warren Moon, and we're just going to keep his pedestal blank because I traded him away in 1985 Topps Warren Moon. Hopefully I have enough time to edit a picture in, but pretty cool card. Went over to the Troy Banks project. So hope you enjoy number 9 for the year, buddy. Number 8, a really nice looking 1981 Topps Kellen Winslow rookie card. That ranked higher because it's going for about $475 in 10 condition, but about $40 in 9. and I'm kind of wondering whether I should get this graded or not, whether I feel like I get a 9 or not. I don't think it's going to get a 10, but really nice card. And I actually didn't think that this was a card I pulled this year, but for the 1985 Topps, and I got it graded, so I pulled this right at the beginning of the year. That's a Hulk Hogan rookie card, PSA 10. This particular one's going for about $2,000. There's another one that goes for far more. And then, let's see here. I think the 7 is a shade under 50. And the reason it got 7 instead of 9, nine's well over $100, is there was this wonderful little gum stain on it. So if you follow the logic of a gum stain knocking 2 points off, this would have been really close to a perfect card. But still, one of my favorites in the PC. Move these guys over here. So I've only done one group of grading, and I think, what would this be? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Here we go. Pete Rose. This one, the 10 value really fluctuates. I've seen everything from $2,000 to $8,000, and I think that's more testament to the 79 Topps just really being difficult to get in mint condition. I mean, this looks pretty nice. I mean, I would not expect, geez, I don't know, maybe a 7 out of this. But it's still a nice card. PSA 8 is still going for $50, so still pretty cool. So I don't know what your thoughts are, right, wrong, indifferent, but I'm about ready to hit the top 5. So, and these are some of the ones that have come. I think all of these have come in the last 4 to 5 months. So it's been an incredible last quarter. Number 5 from that just stud 1981 pack. We've already had 2 cards from that pack on the top 20. So that's an incredible amount. I mean, really, actually, 1 card so far. I think I gave you a little bit of a heads up on that. So Walter Payton, 1981. Really nice corners to that. Just a nice overall card, a little off center. The Payton, $3,400 in PSA 10. Another $30 card in PSA 8. So, the raw card might be worth $5 to $8. So at a certain point, you're just like, you know what? It's probably worth more raw, but still, just a wonderful looking card. This was kind of the start of just the awesomeness of the last 5 months. The Marcus Allen pulled that and a Joe Montana, and out of 36 cards on a grocery rack pack. So, pretty good condition, not perfect centering, but not bad. Not sure if that's going to really work as far as, getting it graded or not, but it is still a really nice card. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think it's a little under $900 in 10 condition, and then in the low 20s for an 8. So number 3, I had to think about this really closely here. This is one we pulled a couple weeks ago. It's funny too. It's, you get a really good card like this and then nobody watches the show. I didn't really highlight the Michael Jordan, which was my mistake on that. But so, really a question here. Why this didn't make number 2 is where I think, this is certainly, if you look at it, would be like, for sure, like a 9 condition card. And the Jordan is a shade under $1,000 for 10. It's been around $60 for 9, but if anyone knows, if you can see the top of this card, and let me see if I can get some light on it here, you can see some bleed over onto the right. So on a printing defect like that, will that knock it down? And if it does, probably not worth grading. But if it doesn't, if that's like a normal, bleed, certainly love to get this graded, because I feel like this is certainly like a 9, but if it knocks it down to a 7, certainly not worth it. So that means that number 2 is an Art Monk rookie card from 1981. Still that stud pack. Art Monk, Walter Payton, and Kellen Winslow. So 2 Hall of Fame rookies and Walter Payton. There was 3 other Hall of Famers in the card. I think James Lofton and Alvin Bethia and Ken Stabler. It just was a stud pack. But this is one that I'm looking to get graded. It's actually probably not worth as much as a lot of these cards are in 10 condition, about $925 it's been selling for. And in 9 condition, it's selling for 63. So I feel like, if I feel like a card is, a 10-9, then maybe it's worth it to do that. So, if you get an 8 on it, then it's not worth it. So that's a really nice card there. And then I would be remiss to say number 1. And hopefully you guys all know what number 1 is. So we pulled the Jerry Rice. So once again, I didn't put the Jerry Rice in the tagline, so not maybe as many people watched it as I would have liked. I did go back and change that, but this is a Holy Grail card. Obviously, a little bit off center, but really nice condition. I know during COVID with all the stimmy money kind of floating through, everybody was, spending like drunken sailors. I saw a couple of these went in like heritage auctions for like $115,000 to $125,000. The market has cooled down considerably to like $60,000 to $70,000 for a PSA 10, which is incredible. And then I wanted to kind of throw a few of the other cards out there. So it is, let's see, it's worth $68 in PSA 7. So that's the question. If I knew this was a 7, I'd probably get it graded and just have that, and hopefully it appreciates in value. Ungraded, it's been selling for 45. So that's the question, right? So if this was a 6 card, not worth it. You just, you keep, the amount that it's, ungraded, but it's just a beautiful card, front, back. But you can kind of see that off-centerness right there, left to right. So I'm not sure that it's worth it. But once again, regardless of whether it's good enough to be graded, it's certainly the number 1 card of the year. So I before the year started, I could not imagine that this would be the top 5 of the year. And some of these were just came on like 1 pack or 2 packs. With a rip, and it's just incredible. So thanks everybody for a wonderful year. I've got another a 1980 Topps football and an 83 Topps football. I've got 89 Score football, finally going for that Barry Sanders. Got some 1991 WCW cards, and I'm getting geared up for baseball too. So we're going to have a really cool time this year. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a blessed new year, and God bless.